Good morning, Jippy.
Good morning, Mr. Blip. How may I assist you today?
What is the Richat structure, and where is it located?
The Richat structure, also known as the Eye of the Sahara, is a geological formation located in the Sahara Desert in Mauritania, West Africa. It is located in the western part of the country, about 40 kilometers, 25 miles, east of the town of Wadon and about 480 kilometers, 300 miles, northeast of the capital, Nouakchott. The Richat structure is a circular feature with a diameter of almost 50 kilometers, 30 miles, making it one of the largest and most prominent geological features visible from space.
How was the Richat structure formed?
The exact process of how the Richat structure was formed is still a matter of debate among geologists. However, it is believed to be a result of a combination of geological processes that occurred over millions of years. One theory is that the Richat structure was formed by a volcanic eruption that resulted in the collapse of the center of the structure, creating the circular depression we see today. Another theory is that it was formed by the uplifting and subsequent erosion of the layers of sedimentary rock that make up the region. Regardless of the exact process, it is clear that the Richat structure is a unique geological feature that offers valuable insights into the geological history of the region and the Earth as a whole.
What is the size and shape of the Richat structure?
The Richat structure has a diameter of about 50 kilometers, 31 miles, and is almost perfectly circular in shape. The circular feature is surrounded by a ring of mountains and hills that rise up to 500 meters, 1,640 feet, above the surrounding plain. The depression at the center of the structure is almost 400 meters, 1,312 feet, deep. The overall size and shape of the Richat structure are best observed from space, as it is a prominent landmark visible on satellite imagery.
What are the unique geological features of the Richat structure?
The Richat structure has several unique geological features that make it an interesting and important landmark. Symmetrical shape. The circular shape of the structure is highly symmetrical, which is unusual for a geological formation. Circular layering. The layers of rocks in the Richat structure are arranged in a circular pattern, which is also rare in geological formations. Dome-shaped center. The central part of the structure is raised and forms a dome shape. Upheaval. The rocks in the center of the structure have been pushed upwards, creating a raised feature. Folding and faulting. The layers of rock in the Richat structure have been folded and faulted, indicating that they have undergone significant deformation. Sedimentary rocks. The rocks in the Richat structure are mostly sedimentary, meaning that they were formed from layers of sediment that accumulated over time. Ancient rocks. Some of the rocks in the Richat structure are believed to be over 2 billion years old, making them some of the oldest rocks on Earth. These features make the Richat structure a unique and important geological formation.
What is the current scientific understanding of the Richat structure?
Currently, the Richat structure is believed to be a natural geological formation that was shaped by erosion over millions of years. Scientists believe that the structure was originally a dome-shaped mountain that was formed by volcanic activity around 100 million years ago during the late Cretaceous period. Over time, the mountain eroded and the layers of rock were exposed, creating the circular structure that we see today. While there have been some theories about the Richat structure being an impact crater or a site of ancient human habitation, there is currently no conclusive evidence to support these claims.
Okay, nice. What is the historical significance of the Richat structure?
There is no known historical significance of the Richat structure. Since it is a natural geological formation, it has not been associated with any human activity or events in history. However, The structure has been used as a landmark for navigation by pilots and astronauts due to its distinctive circular shape and prominent location in the desert.
Well, tell me about the current research projects or expeditions taking place at the Richat structure.
I'm not aware of any current research projects or expeditions taking place at the Richat structure. However, since the area is of interest to geologists and astrobiologists, there may be ongoing studies or fieldwork related to the structure's geology, mineralogy, and potential for astrobiology. It's also possible that some researchers are investigating the unique life forms that inhabit the area's extreme environments.
What are the geographic coordinates of this structure?
The geographic coordinates of the Richat structure are approximately 20 degrees 54 minutes north, 11 degrees 54 minutes west.
So, what is the best way to visit the Richat structure?
The Richat structure is located in a remote part of the Sahara Desert, and it can be challenging to reach. The most common way to visit is by hiring a local guide and arranging for transportation by four-wheel drive vehicle. The nearest major city is Wadon, which is about 100 kilometers away. Visitors should plan for a multi-day trip, as the area is quite remote and there are few amenities nearby. It's also important to be well prepared for the desert environment with appropriate clothing, food, and water supplies.
One more thing, I heard some meteorite theory related to this structure. Was that a speculation?
Yes, there have been some speculations that the Richat structure was formed by a meteorite impact. However, there is no conclusive evidence to support this theory, and the prevailing scientific consensus is that the structure is a result of natural geological processes. While there have been some studies on the presence of impact-related minerals at the site, they are not necessarily indicative of a meteorite impact and can be explained by other geological processes.
Are there any similar geographical formations elsewhere on the Earth?
There are other geological formations on Earth that have similar circular shapes to the Richat structure, although they may not have the same characteristics or origins. For example, the Siljan Ring in Sweden, the Manicouagan Reservoir in Quebec, Canada, and the Woodley Crater in Western Australia all have circular shapes that are the result of meteorite impacts. However, these formations may not have the same geological features or history as the Richat structure.
Interesting. So there are more similar formations. Let me mark these places on my Google Maps.
That sounds like a great idea. Have fun exploring and learning about these unique geological formations.
I was checking with Google Maps. The coordinates need a verification at your end. I find that the eye's coordinates are 21 degrees 7 minutes 32.78 seconds north and 11 degrees 23 minutes 52.25 seconds west as per Google Earth.
I apologize for the confusion earlier. The coordinates you mentioned, 21 degrees 7 minutes 32.78 seconds north, and 11 degrees 23 minutes 52.25 seconds west, are indeed the correct geographic coordinates for the Richat structure, also known as the Eye of the Sahara. Thank you for bringing this to my attention.
Is there anything more to know about the Richat structure?
Here are a few more interesting facts about the Richat structure. The structure was first seen by astronauts in space, who initially thought it was an impact crater. The Richat structure is visible from space and has been photographed by several satellites, including the Landsat satellite. The diameter of the structure is approximately 50 kilometers, 31 miles, making it one of the largest circular geological features on Earth. The Richat structure has been featured in several documentaries and science fiction films, including the film Prometheus, directed by Ridley Scott. The Richat structure is also known as the bullseye of Africa due to its circular shape and central dome. The area surrounding the Richat structure is known for its rich biodiversity and is home to several endemic species of plants and animals. The Richat structure has been a subject of study for geologists and researchers for several decades, and there is still much to learn about its geological history and formation.
Thank you for the information, Jippy.
You're welcome. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask.
Bye until next time.
Goodbye, Mr. Blip. Take care.